I have given the order to move a substantial American force into Somalia.
American troops hoping to safeguard the delivery of food and medicine to help turn this crisis around. Operation Restore Hope now underway.
I have seen with my own eyes dead American soldiers being dragged through the streets of Mogadishu. There were at least 2 U.S. helicopters confirmed shot down.
If this operation was a success, then the U.S. can't stand much more success in Somalia.
In the early 1990s, the Somali Civil War had reduced the nation to a failed state. Millions were on the verge of starving to death as famine racked the country.
In the months ahead, 1.5 million people could starve to death.
Warring factions agreed to a ceasefire so the UN could provide humanitarian relief and help restore order.
The UN has been prevented from deploying its initial commitment of troops.
Warlords, notably Mohammed Farah Aidid, ignored the ceasefire. UN peacekeepers came under attack.
Food convoys had been hijacked, aid workers assaulted.
A couple of hours ago, the first advance units, the Special Forces, Navy SEALs, and CB units came ashore. They landed, of course. They were met by a gang of press.
And you guys really spoiled our nice little raid that we want to come in without anybody knowing it.
In December 1992, Operation Restore Hope began, with U.S. forces landing in Mogadishu to support and protect humanitarian efforts.
United States forces went ashore at approximately 4:30 a.m. Somali time.
A smooth beginning for Operation Restore Hope. What lays ahead in this land of warring factions is less certain.
Aidid, the most belligerent of the warlords, attacked U.S. troops. On August 8, 1993, 4 U.S. soldiers were killed by a command-detonated mine, raising the total number of U.S. troops killed in Operation Restore Hope to 12. In response, a special task force was deployed. Task Force Ranger included pilots from the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Navy SEALs, and members of the 75th Ranger Regiment, a Special Missions Unit, and the 24th Special Tactics Squadron. Their mission, named Operation Gothic Serpent, was to capture Aidid. Throughout August and September, Task Force Ranger conducted missions targeting Aidid and his lieutenants. On October 3, 1993, Task Force Ranger raided the Olympic Hotel, capturing 2 of Aidid's lieutenants and 22 other men, before the Somali National Alliance shot down 2 UH-60 Blackhawks. A sniper team, Master Sergeant Gary Gordon and Sergeant First Class Randall Shugart, fought their way to the second crash site to provide security and aid to any surviving crew members. The operators fought against waves of militiamen until they were killed. Pilot Chief Warrant Officer 2, Michael Durant, the sole survivor of the crash, was taken prisoner. Over the course of 17 hours after the first Black Hawk being shot down, U.S. forces engaged in a fierce, chaotic firefight with the Somalis. Of the U.S. forces, 19 men were killed, and more than 70 were wounded. On the morning of October 4th, a rescue column of armored personnel carriers and attack helicopters fought through the city to extract the U.S. forces. Durant was released after negotiations between Aidid and U.S. Ambassador Robert Oakley. He'd been held captive for 11 days. The Battle of Mogadishu influenced President Bill Clinton to effectively end U.S. involvement in Somalia.
These tragic events raise hard questions about our effort in Somalia. All American troops will be out of Somalia no later than March the 31st.
The Battle of Mogadishu was one of the most brutal urban firefights U.S. troops have been in since the Vietnam War. Gordon and Shugart received posthumous medals of honor. After the battle, 1 Air Force Cross and at least 3 dozen Silver Stars were awarded to soldiers involved. In 2021, the Army announced that 60 soldiers who fought in the battle would have their awards upgraded, 58 receiving Silver Stars and 2 receiving the Distinguished Flying Cross.